Please subscribe to Facetv Africa and turn the notification on. Facetv Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ subscribe hete.
Face TV Muswobi.
Good day, welcome to this broadcast. We are looking at a military takeover in Africa. There's a new report of an East African nation. We call that nation Rwanda. And the president is afraid of his life and his presidency. That is why he did something that is very, 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 very important. And I look at it from various perspectives. It is what the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did and what former presidents have been doing since they got into power. I believe Nigeria has shown that it is wiser now than ever to avoid any sort of military takeover. So, over 900 generals have been retired. Let's look at the report. Rwanda President Paul Kagame has approved the retirement of 95 military generals, senior officers, as well as 930 junior soldiers. Also got the marching order. The East Africa nation announced the development in a statement published on Rwanda Defense Force official website on Wednesday. Top on the list of retirees is General James Kabarebe, the country's former Minister of Defense and Chief of Defense Staff. Also, we have this until his retirement, General Kabarebe served as the special advisor to the president on security. So local media reports and some of those saying that some of those retired had attained the retirement age of 65, while others were indicted for misconduct. The president also approved the retirement of 83 senior officers, 6 junior officers, and 86 senior NCOS, 678 end of contract, and 160 medical discharges. The statement partly read, these people are afraid of military takeover in Rwanda. Prior to their retirement, President Kagame promoted a number of lieutenant colonels to the rank of colonels and brigade commanders. Although the statement did not explicitly state the reasons behind the retirement of the military officers, the president had in previous weeks addressed opinion leaders on the need to keep the country united. His words, "Our history has been an example of how destructive division can be. We have also seen that it is our unity that has led to our country's transformation. We have people who lost their family members, others who have family members who are perpetrators. Everyone has suffered the consequences of division." The announcement followed a recent military coup in Niger Republic and Gabon. The wind of military takeover has swept through Africa in recent years, shaking its socio-political firmament and nudging aside its unsteady democratic structure. We know about the Hutus in Rwanda. This president is very cautious about any form of military takeover in Rwanda. So are other presidents going to want to take caution? I don't know what's happening in Cameroon, but currently I believe the soldiers should be gearing up to take over that country because Paul Biya has not really been trying as a president. It is the wish of the people of Cameroon that Paul Biya be arrested and also the military will take over, because I don't see any reason why the people will be angry with democracy when they are not getting the dividend. I don't see why people would not be angry with the democracy in that state. When you look at Gabon, in the street of Gabon, people came to the street and are rejoicing that the military have taken over. So it happened in Niger Republic. Many countries around Africa, especially West Africa, they are organizing their cabinets so that there will not be any form of military takeover. There's one thing about Nigeria, what you need to think about Nigeria, that I believe personally that the military cannot take over the country. I look at corruption. I also look at ethnicity and the fact that every president that comes will retire a number of generals. So those in power will not have the experience, will not have the familiarity to topple the government. The person that toppled Gabon president was his cousin, and also he has been in service for a number of years. So that's why he had the effrontery to pull the government. So one thing about this, people don't understand, is that when you leave somebody in a position for a longer time, he will build that momentum, he will build his own fan base, and also will use that against you in the nearest future. That is why you see Nigerian presidents, whenever they come into power, they retire generals and they put those that will be loyal to them. So it is very impossible. You can hold me on that any form of military takeover in Nigeria at this point in time, especially with the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is very impossible for a military takeover in Nigeria. I'm very happy that presidents are sitting up, not just retiring military officers. They need to come to the table, come to terms with the people, and make sure that they give the people what they want. Because there's no such coup, much more than that of an election coup. Electoral malpractice, electoral rigging is one of the highest coup in the world. Yes, currently in Niger Republic, the people there are receiving aid despite ECOWAS sanctions. And I pity for ECOWAS and the African Union at this point in time. I don't think they will have the muscle to put together Africa. We know that AU is Africa unity. In most countries in Africa, there's a revolution against their leaders, which are not military. And you don't expect that things will not change as per time. It is very, very interesting at this point in time. ECOWAS want to say that they are not at war with the Nigerians, and I believe that they are overstretched and they are not knowing where to put a leg at this point in time. I know Gabon is a Central African country, and also people are looking up to Cameroon, which is also a Central African country. But in West Africa, are they united? I don't think they are united, because Burkina Faso has begun to send aid to Niger Republic. You can see the truckloads of lorries being sent to Burkina Faso. That means the sanctions will not be biting hard on Niger Republic, because they have their neighbors that will supply them the food and also some other things that they need. We know that Niger Republic has uranium. They can sell their uranium for money to feed themselves. When you look at countries in the world that have faced sanctions, I believe it makes a country come out stronger. It makes a country think better on how to shape its future. It makes you keep away from excesses and also frivolities. I know Niger Republic now, they have settled down, and they are going to look at how they can continue the junta and move on with a transitional government. France have been battling with the country ever since, and France is one country, one of the imperialistic countries that I pity at this point in time, because most of these countries that are breaking away are francophone countries. And let's be sincere with ourselves, France have not really tried but exploited these nations, and them waking up in the form of a military kind of coup or junta does not really speak bad of what they are doing, because if the civilians cannot give them what they need, why shouldn't the military junta give them what they need? Nigerians are saying, popular opinion, that they want most countries in Africa that are not doing well when it comes to rulership and democracy, they want those countries to be taken over by the military. But wait for a moment. The military is the best option. If democracy is not working, let's use Nigeria as an example. For instance, if democracy is not working in Nigeria, do you think that the military system of government would work? These are systems. Systems work because of the kind of people you find running these systems. If the people are corrupt, systems will not work, whether it's military or it is the civilian role. Everything boils down to the person, the people handling the system. That is why democracy works in a certain country and would not work in another country. It is not about retiring the generals. It's about giving the people the dividends of democracy. Thank you very much. You can also comment, subscribe, and share this program.
Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, subscribe.
Face TV. Muswobi.